iHeartRadio. Like I said, thank you for joining the Real World J podcast show. Like I said, you joined us on live on Speaker .com. You'll join us live on iHeartRadio. You are live. You can listen to us live. You can listen to us on YouTube live. Um, Also, you can also listen to us on YouTube Live. You can also subscribe, and you can also subscribe and like the videos that we see. Every podcast that we do, we have a video to it. So that's pretty cool. Um, that's pretty cool and pretty awesome. You know what I'm saying, for the most part. And we're also on the Wisdom app. This is our fourth episode on the Wisdom app. So I think we're doing pretty good. We got a lot of trend, getting a lot of tread under our tire. Uh, and I really appreciate it. And I really appreciate it. And how we always start. If you ever been added to the show or you've been new to the show, this is how the show starts. You know what I'm saying? That we start out with the vibe. Uh, Instead of a song. I mean, with the vibe of the podcast, we get a quote, and then we get to the bones of the podcast. And the podcast is a peace of mind is priceless. I don't know if I got if priceless, but it's supposed to be is priceless. So my bad. I thought I put a F instead of a S. So it's peace of mind is priceless. A peace of mind is priceless. So we got to remember that, and we got to know that, and and that's not the quote of the day, but that's the topic of the show. And the topic of the show, peace of mind is priceless, because I believe because like if a peace of mind is priceless because there's not there's no when you when you have your mind kind of convoluted and kind of like you got stuff inside your mind beside the things that you're supposed to have in your mind. It's not peace of mind. Like, cause all the things that all the negative things and all the bad things that you could have been, thinking about or doing or fixing or taking care of. You worried about this one trauma or this one tragic thing or this one thing somebody said to you, and that's not, you know what I'm saying? And that's really a waste of time. And that's what we call the past. You know what I mean? Like it's two things. It's two things with the past. The past is, for one thing, the past just stays there. The individual goes back to the past. So the past doesn't hold on to you. You hold on to the past because you can change every day. Because you know what I'm saying. Because as long as you're living, you know what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying. You work for, you know what I'm saying, like you work for the present, so you know what I'm saying, so you can have something for the future, or you work for the present, so you can work hard for the future, so you don't have to work hard for in your future, and that's mentally, physically, emotionally, financially, anything. But you gotta have a. But I'm gonna leave out with this before we get to the vibe of the song, and you know what I'm saying, we get the bones to the show. When you have we have a peace of mind, you can see a hell of a lot of things clear. Let's go. Real World J podcast show. We're about to be in session right now. Let's go. And we will be dropping in this evening. And that's how we start the show. Like this, we start off with the beginning, with what I'm saying. Just roll with me. Real World J podcast show. Let's go. Real World J. And let's get to the song. Let's go.
I remember all of the things that I thought I wanted to be. So desperate to find a way out of my world and finally breathe. Right before my eyes I saw my heart, it came to life. This ain't easy, it's not meant to be. Every story has its scars, but when the pain cuts you deep, and when the night keeps you from sleeping, just look and you will see that I will be your remedy. When the world seems so cruel and your heart makes you feel like a fool, I promise you will see that I will be your remedy.
Right, clip back in.
No river is too wide or too deep for me to swim to you. Come whatever, I'll be the shelter that won't let the rain come through. Your love, it is my truth, and I will always love you. Love you. When the pain cuts you deep, and when the night keeps you from sleeping, just look and you will see that I will be your remedy. When the world seems so cruel and your heart makes you feel like a fool, I promise you will see that I will be your remedy.
Why did it stop? I have no idea why it stopped. I don't know because I was singing a song, playing a song, or something. I don't know. I usually play a song and then it goes, but I'm back. One of my apps went off, and I don't know. It went off because I guess I played. I don't know. It had some conduct, but I ain't say nothing. I don't even know what I said or what happened, but I'm back. Like I said, a peace of mind is priceless. You know what I'm saying? And you know what I'm saying? And you gotta have the remedy. You gotta have a remedy to so you gotta have a remedy, and your remedy is used to fix yourself because only you can fix certain things about you. You know what I'm saying? Like you know, like it's a couple of things. It's a couple ways to fix. If you got like problems or major problems, or you think you got major problems, or people say you got major problems. But it's a few things that you can fix. You know what I'm saying? That you can fix a lot of things or fix whatever you need to fix. So you can fix what you fix so you can get done. First of all, man, I always go to prayer first. I always go to prayer first. Prayer is my thing. And then I talk to individuals who love me or who who care about me, who not gonna judge me. That's having that's having a peace of mind. Have somebody you can trust with your thoughts and with your mind and no judgment. And it's not going and it's not going nowhere. Not it's not even going somewhere. Not even their mind. If it's going somewhere that they just going, it's going to help you, not criticize you, or not add or not to add to what they already think about you. Having someone like that in your life, that's a peace of mind. That's that's one. That's the number two tool that I would tell you. You know what I'm saying? To have peace of mind, and peace of mind is priceless. Because having a peace of mind Has no limits. And when you don't have a peace of mind, we get obstacles. You know what I'm saying? We get obstacles in our way. Sometimes people throw obstacles in our way, then sometimes we throw obstacles in our way. And sometimes the obstacles is already broken down and you know what I'm saying, and already like ready to push over, but we still stand in front of it like it's the big thing. The only thing you have to do is just walk around it or push through it or push it down. But we won't hold on but we won't hold on to something that you know what I'm saying, that makes us sad or put us in a, you know what I'm saying, or put us in a different space or put us in a space and we shouldn't be there. And that's called a past. Because people don't, you know what I'm saying, like they say the past follow you. It's only if you repeat, only if you repeat your past, then your past will follow you. And if you know what I'm saying, and the past is really is, and when they say the past is behind you, the past is behind you because the past stays there where it is. Us individuals, we go back, we walk back to, we walk back or we run to the past. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And then we say, man, the past ain't going nowhere. Nah, stop looking that way. As long as you're looking forward, as long as you're looking forward and walking forward, the past, you know what I'm saying? The past will get, you know what I'm saying? The past will get, you know, not so clear. They get distant. They get more faint. They get more faint, and then also it'll go away. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there's always, you know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, there's always, you can always find, you can always find triumph. You can always find triumph in tragedy. It all depends if you choose, you know what I'm saying? If you choose to, you know what I'm saying? If you choose to put that effort and choose to go down that road, and you know what I'm saying, just not say and just not say the person that you say you are. Be the act like the person that you are. Be the person that you are. All that gotta come. That I really appreciate you. I appreciate you for the applause. Like you gotta be that person. You just can't say it because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, you can't say that you can't say that you're a real person. It's just something that you gotta be. And meaning that you gotta work on that. People gotta see that. People gotta know that. People gotta feel comfortable with that. You know what? Cause people, you know what I'm saying, like you should never ever ever get comfortable with someone's words. You know you, you know how you know how man, you know how you get comfortable with someone by their actions. And somebody show you every day who they are, we gotta guess. Angela Reyes, how you doing? Welcome to the Real World J podcast show. I don't know, they put you on pause or anything like that, but
Hi, Jess. Hi,
hi,
Jesse.
hello, how are you doing, Angel?
I am good. I am good. I heard you in here talking and feels like a really relaxed room. And I was hearing you say about when someone shows you who they are. I love that saying. When somebody shows you who they are, believe them.
You better, you better. Yes, ma'am. You better believe them.
Yeah, yeah. And not to get comfortable with their words, because I think we go in and out of um, consciousness, and sometimes we go into programming, like old thought patterns, or and I think you can feel when someone's being authentic and when they're like performing, or when they're just like in unconscious energy, like really not present with themselves.
Hmm.
What are your thoughts?
Yeah, absolutely. Because I like, like my thoughts is with that. I tell people all the time, like a person can only stay in character for so long, right? You know what I mean? And until they show you, like a person only stay in character for so long until they show you who they really are because it has to come out. It has to come out, and it has to, and it's on the individual. And it is on us, the individuals, to catch it. Because trust me, they their whole thing is trying to fake it. So when they get out of character, they're trying to fix it real fast so you won't see it, but you got to catch it. And every time you catch it, it builds up.
Just Jesse, I wonder if sometimes people want to be somebody, they want to be the person they're pretending to be, but they don't realize that if they're present and they grow into that person, they can be that person, right? So it's like, I don't know if everyone is aware of when they're performing or when they're um, faking that they're even aware that they're doing it. It's like sometimes I've noticed that people might mimic people, right? Or they
Mm-hmm.
people please, or they just want somebody to like them, right? And then they start like falling out of themselves and start chasing after who somebody wants them to be or doing stuff because they think it's somebody else is going to like them or because they want something, right? Say they have an intention, like I want this. And then they're changing themselves up to get it instead of being themselves to get it, right?
Absolutely, and that's what I would call a person that who is lost, that who doesn't know themselves. And well, at the end of the day, grand scheme of things, they don't know their self worth. And I tell people all the time, if more women knew their self worth, the world would be a better place.
Yeah.
And just with that. And we know that history will tell you that men had messed it up for so long. I mean, come on, ladies. But to the grand scheme of topic what we're talking about, yes, if more people knew their self worth, because the world would be a better place in general, but especially in women. But the point is like you have to be authentic. Trust me, it feels so much better just being you. I promise you. Take time and effort to do that. I promise you. You be like, you know what? Because I'm a type of person. I, like my best, I feel my best, and I'm the best company that I can ever surround myself around. Because you know what? Because you gotta love yourself unconditionally. You have to live unconditionally, and that's what a lot of problem. That's one of the problems a lot of people have by following uh, people or following trends. Because I'm a type of person that's like I don't never want to follow a trend. I want to be a trendsetter. You know what I mean? It's like you have to be a leader in a lot of things in your life, and who you are is the number one thing. Because if you don't know who you are, how can you expect your dreams to come true? Answer that. Make that like if that don't make sense, I stop saying that.
Well, I agree 100%. And it's the getting to know ourselves. And I think we're always getting to know ourselves. I think that it's a dance of being comfortable
I think people
with.
stop trying. I think honestly, I think people stop trying and to get and pick it and really really hit on your point that's why people follow people and want to be like somebody and not be themselves. It's easier. It's easier to be someone else than to actually be yourself. Cause you know what? Cause you have to see yourself. Basically, you gotta look yourself in the mirror. Cause at the end of the day, we are our worst enemy. You know what I'm saying? Our worst enemy, our best friend, our best lover, and you know what I'm saying. And at the end of the day, and we have to be, and we know our deepest, darkest secrets, and we are disgusted with ourselves, and we still got to look ourselves in the mirror. You have to love that because that is you.
Yeah, Jess, I think that everyone is doing the best that they can. And we either respond to the world with love or fear. And if I ask somebody, how do they know they're doing a good job? If they say because people tell me,
That's a lot.
then
Ooh, don't they shouldn't go by that.
right.
They
And if
should
they
not.
say, yeah, yeah,
What you think they should go by? And I tell you what. And I'm gonna ask you. What's okay? So if we both agree that it's the wrong way to do that. To, you know what I'm saying? To accomplish that goal, if you try to meet your goal, how you know that I'm doing the good work? People tell me that we both feel like that's crap. So what do you think really validates that you're doing something good in the world?
well, I also think it's a stage. I think sometimes, we're taught as kids, we look for approval from our parents. And if we had a
So that's
rough
facts though.
childhood, excuse me?
No, I said that's facts though. That's facts.
Yeah, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. And so we can mess up. It can get our minds messed up. So
Mm-hmm.
then we start looking outside of ourselves for approval. And if we had a weird way of getting approval as a child, or we were repressed, and that's where the patterns go in that can cause us to cycle in dysfunctional behavior. So I don't think anybody wakes up and says, I want to be a messed up person.
No.
I think it's just what they've been taught, and if they don't have any experience outside of what they know, it kind of stays in that cycle. And when a human
Yeah,
being tries to get
vicious
out of a
cycle.
cycle, and
Vicious cycle.
everybody in their family is in the cycle,
Mm-hmm.
they feel like they're going to lose the only people that love them, and it makes it very, very difficult for them to get out.
I
Um,
agree. I agree with you
yeah,
100%. I agree with you. I agree with you 100% on that. Yes, because cause I have seen it.
yeah,
Because that's my life. Like I told myself, like I always want, like I want. It's crazy because that vicious cycle that you talked about, that I had that in my what you just said in my family. Like I told myself, I wanted to break the vicious cycle because I feel like if it wasn't me, it's not gonna be no one.
Jesse, that takes a lot of courage. So definitely celebrating you and your courage for stepping out, because then you're the lone wolf, and then it's like you're by yourself until you start getting that tribe, and then having grace on your family members or people that are in there, because they're all just doing the best that they can, right?
Right. But they feel like that you are like bragging or being braggadocious. It's like, no, I'm just showing you what you can do if you just, if you just like apply. For like, like for example, like when I say apply, like I broke the mold. I'm Jesse Morgan. I'm Jesse Davis Morgan the fourth. I'm the fourth Jesse, fourth generation. Like fourth. I out of four generations, I'm the only one that has not abandoned their kid. I'm the only one that's not a deadbeat father. I'm the only one that has been married, that is married. You know what I'm saying? That is married, that's been married. You know what I'm saying? That is married. That had, like I'm the only person that. You know what I mean? Like out of all the Morgans, like I made it my point. I was like, you know what? I gotta change that name. Because like if I don't change that name, I would never give my son that name. That's a
Yeah.
bad name.
Well, that's a beautiful thing that you've been able to break that cycle. That's a big celebration. And look at the different life that your children are going to have.
Exactly. Like my life is so much different than every single, you know what I'm saying, for every single Morgan in my for every single Jesse in my family because I did the total because I did the total they did the same thing and I did the opposite. I was like, oh well, okay, I know that doesn't work. You know what I mean? And me as a father, I told myself I knew that I was gonna be a very, very good or decent or great dad because I told myself I'm just gonna do the total opposite of what he did. Cause trust me, I was there. I know how everything felt, and I told myself I would never make my kids feel the way that a person made me feel. That's horrible. So why would I put that on my kids and I know how that felt?
Yeah.
That makes no sense. Like make it make sense. And 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 like it took me a long time. Like it took me from like zero all the way into like I'm about to be 40 this year, so it took me all the way to like 36 or 30, 35, 36 just to get over a grudge. Just, just I had a grudge over my father for a whole time. And you know how I got over it? Because
How?
I was really thinking one day, I was like, you know what? And this went universal towards anybody, so it broke a so it broke a lot of change because I was a person that hold grudges, and I still struggle with it sometimes because it comes back, you know what I'm saying? Because it comes back, you know what I'm saying? But sometimes you got to beat a dead weed until it's gone, you know. But for one of the things that made me get over um having a grudge with my father and just having a grudge over people, period. Because I thought about it one day, I was like, you know what? Having a grudge is drinking poison. You drinking poison and expecting them to die. I was like, make it make sense.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's a big. And I like how you said that it's work because boy, it's work. Especially
It's
when
work. Yes, it is.
yeah,
Triggers. Triggers. You can just walk down the street or see somebody and be like, boom. Because
yeah,
because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, I feel like the mind. I mean, like you know what I'm saying. Like the mind only plays what the heart feels.
yeah. And I think that something that you said about like the triggers, a person who's working on their healing, when they get triggered, they go in and do the work. Like you said, about forgiving your father and letting go of that grudge, right?
Hmm.
That was your work, but you could have allowed yourself to get triggered and blame other people. But it sounded like by accepting that responsibility, then you can heal, and then you're not giving that to your children, because whatever we feel for another person, it's felt by the people that love us. So that forgiveness and that letting go is for us. It's not really for them. If they want to heal, that's up to them, because we can't make others heal. But for us, we break that cycle. It's like what you hate you repeat, and by healing it and forgiving it, then it allows you to break that cycle.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Because like if you really put effort, like if you really have a major cycle, like vicious cycle in your life or in your history, you know what? Like, and if you really pay attention to it and you really put the effort into it, and you know, and trust me, it's gonna take effort. Then trust me, when you break that one chain, you see the next chain, and the next chain will show you. It will tell you what it is, and it's up to you if you want to break the next one. Then break the next one. Cause trust me, because the next chain always has something else to it. You know, when something has always had something to it. It's just not, everything in life, and believe it or not, the whole world. You need to believe this. Everything is not black and white. It really not. That is not a stupid cliche. Would you agree?
Oh, I would agree. It's just like you said when you said, you know, I had let go, and then you got a trigger, and then you had to go back and do it again. It's not like a cookie cutter. Like, oh, when people
Absolutely not.
say, when people say, oh, I forgave them, and then they get triggered, and somebody will say, oh, I thought you forgave them. Well, it's like, yes, I did, but right now this brought up something in me that I need to heal, because when we're violated, we're hurt, or when someone is unhealed, giving us their unhealed, it can hit us in different ways, and it just uncovers a new part of ourselves that needs to be healed. So it takes awareness of, where am I right now? What am I feeling? What am I going through? And acknowledging, like, just for Jesse, for you to even say that, what triggers you, and what it is, that's huge.
Hmm.
I mean, it takes people years and years and years to get that. I mean, that's amazing.
It's like I can tell you a trigger that he does. Like if you don't mind, if you don't mind me telling you a trigger, that I can literally tell you a trigger right now that triggers me, and I just go off. You mind hearing it?
Yeah, I'm here, Jesse.
Okay, cool, awesome. Okay, Real J podcast, y'all. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody for listening. Appreciate you, so let's get to it. So, one of my biggest triggers is like, okay, you know how somebody just like, okay, you know how somebody like, oh well, okay, have you ever been around somebody or know somebody that like like you know the story, like I know the story, you know the story, and he know the story because we was all there, right? But me and you saying the same story, but he lying about the story. like, 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 what are we doing? See, that was right, like, right. So you gonna tell me, okay? So okay, I'm gonna give you this is a perfect trigger. So I'm gonna give you a perfect trigger. Okay, so. So about me and my brother, remember, like me and my brother, we're 11 months apart. So we're basically like kind of like twins or whatever in some people's eyes. So my grandmother, so at 11 and 12, my grandmother was cutting our hair with like with Walmart clippers, just cutting our hair, doing the best she can because you know what, her grandsons needed haircuts. But mind you, I got a whole living father. You know what I'm saying? So you telling me that he don't know that he got two sons. He know he got two sons, and they don't need and their hair don't grow, so they don't need haircuts. Okay, strike one. Strike two. You gonna when I add when I confront you about this because I'm like man because I'm like man you know what that was a real trigger in my life like I'm 12 years old like why my grandma cutting my hair like you know what I'm saying and she getting the chili bowls you know what I'm saying she doing the best she can so I applaud her you know what I'm saying I but I look at him crazy like seriously at 12 years old I'm already I'm on that mindset I'm on that mindset. Devil working big, you know. So I'm like, and so when I confront him about it, I'm like, man, you know what? Some real stupid. Let me ask you a real crazy question because I got kids, so I know what how a dad supposed to do, how you feel, how all that. So you can't tell me nothing different. Only thing if you don't tell me what I know is wrong, and he gonna tell me well, you know, she didn't tell me, your grandma didn't tell me that y'all need haircuts. Why she gotta tell you? Why the F that she gotta tell you that we need haircuts? Make it make sense to me, Angel.
Well, Jesse, I can't make sense of it. I can just, yeah, I can just share
What?
with you. Yeah, if I can share with you something,
Absolutely.
what 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 I've learned about when what I've learned from my abuse because I was raised with a lot of abuse. And as an adult, you know, I want to talk to my parents, and all they could do is negate me and then, you know, give me an excuse, kind of the same thing. So what I've learned is to give that validation to myself. They're never going to get me. He might never get you. And I can see how it could cause a trigger because it's like, you're not seeing me. You're not really seeing me and saying, hey, I'm sorry. I should have been there. I wasn't able to. I mean, sometimes that's all we need. We just need someone to
Mm-hmm.
say, I'm sorry. You know, I'm sorry I wasn't there. But what I've learned is we might never get that sorry from them, but I've learned to give it to myself. I've given that sorry to myself, and I've
I
given that love to
I
myself.
struggle with that.
Yeah,
I can tell you I struggle with that because I know I understand what you're saying, but I'm like, give me what because I'm like, okay, I'm a type person. Don't give me what you owe me. Give me what you deserve. I mean, give me what I deserve.
but you know, Jess, um,
Am I
we
wrong for that?
can't. No, no, you're not wrong. But it's do you choose to be right or do you choose to be happy? You can.
Mm.
It's okay that you feel that way, and it's okay that you keep feeling that way, and you have every right to. But when you are ready, if and ever you are, and you never have to be, but if you wanted to let go, what I've learned is that I can only be hurt when I put an expectation on someone that they're incapable or unable to meet. And yes, it should have been my mom's responsibility to raise me or my dad's responsibility to raise me. My dad took off too when I was a kid, and then I find out he's not even my real dad, and
Mm.
you know then I'm a child of rape, and I mean I can go
Mm.
on and on. And I've been lied to all of my life. And then I got to the point that it was like insanity. They're never going to see me. They're never going to hear me. And me being angry about that is causing me pain because they're going on with their life like nothing happened, thinking
Yeah.
I'm the one who's crazy. So you
Like
know what
life's
I
a
thought?
peach.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I thought I'm going to break this cycle for my kids and I'm going to forgive them, but I can't communicate with them at the same level that I can communicate with my kids
Mm-hmm.
and the people that love me. So with them, it's like, hi, how are you? Have a good day. Thank you. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Thank you. Thank you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
There can't be a deeper conversation, and it can only go as deep as authentically they can be without me putting myself in a position to be negated, to be unvalidated or unappreciated or repressed, or then get into their stories. Like you said, like the biggest thing is the lie, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you know when my one of my relatives were sitting around talking about how good of a person they were when they might have abused me in a really bad way, and I'm thinking,
Mm.
you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you were so bad. You know what I mean? They would say,
Mm-hmm.
but you were so bad. Yeah, well, you didn't have to do that to me. I don't think I deserve that, but I was never that bad. But what I've learned is just to give myself that love, let it go. They're not going to see me. They're not going to hear me. But by me trying to make them do it or think that they're going to, it's almost like my kids were feeling that anger that I was having towards my mom. And I'm like, you know what?
Mm.
They're learning my hate. And I don't want them to learn my hate. So I want them to learn my love. And so then I forgave her. And I still go through spots of having to forgive her and let go. Like you said, when you bump against those edges, when it gets hard and you get triggered, that's when I go in and say, you know what? They're incapable of hearing me. They're incapable of seeing me. They're incapable of understanding what I'm going to do, but I can be a better father to my kids. I can be the one to take them to get their haircut. And then when you do it, you look at them and you hug them, and then you hug yourself and say, you know what? I love me and I love my boys, and I'm breaking this cycle.
Mm-hmm. Every day. Every day. Because we can change the world or you know what I'm saying? Like every good person can like if we get more good people, we can change the world. So and that starts with we're breaking vicious cycles. That's awesome. That's awesome. And actually, you know what? You are my first guest on this show.
Jesse, it was an honor. You have a light in your heart, and your healing is the world's healing. Your boys are going to grow up to be really good men, and that is because you decided to do the work. Their wives are going to have an amazing husband because you did the work. Your grandkids and their kids and every single human they meet are going to be better because of you, because you decided to do the work and get in there, get your hands dirty, deal with the frustration, work through it, and you are the change you seek in the world. So thank you so much, Jesse, for having me. It was an honor. My name is Angel, and I saw your angel wings, and I saw peace of mind, and I said, this is divinely guided for me to come up
Yes, ma'am.
and witness you. So thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate you. I really appreciate you jumping in anytime. If you see me, we're here. We are here for self improvement, mental health awareness, because I we believe mental health awareness is just not a month; it's every single day. Because we use our minds every day. So um,
I gave you a follow, Jesse.
I really
It was very
appreciate you.
nice talking with you.
Thank you so much. God bless you.
I don't know how. I'm kind of new here, so I don't
Me
know how
too.
to go down.
I don't know how to do it either. I'm gonna figure it. I don't know how to. I don't know how to do it. Oh,
Oh, it says leave, but I want to just go down so I can hear you because maybe somebody else wants to come up.
yeah.
Maybe if I just push leave, if it kicks me out, I'll come back and listen to you.
Yes,
It
ma'am.
was an it was an honor, and you gave me a sense of light today that I needed.
Oh,
Jesse, yeah, today's actually my birthday, and I wanted to be someplace that I could feel love. And I had a beautiful celebration today with friends, beautiful dinner with my husband, and then I got on here and I got to meet a beautiful person named Jesse with Angel Wings. So thanks so much for
thank
having me.
you so much. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Happy birthday.
Thank you, Jesse. Bye bye now.
Bye. Wow. Wow. Really appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It's the Real World J podcast show. I remember. Let's give her a round of applause. Yeah. So yeah, like, and then also, also don't forget, uh, a peace of mind. A peace of mind is choice. You gotta choose to have. You gotta choose to want. You gotta choose to want to. What I'm saying, to have a peace of mind. Because, like I said, we can go to that place that is comfortable, but that place that we go to every time that is comfortable is not safe. It's not getting you nowhere. You're not doing nothing. Only thing you doing is reminiscing and going back to the past, but not going forward. Why go to that place? The best type of places that you can be is the place that is like the places that make you uncomfortable, so eventually you can be comfortable. That's called progress. That's called living it up. That's called moving forward. That's called pushing. That's called effort. Because like one thing, like especially uh, if you want a peace of mind, and because a peace of mind is priceless, one thing that you have to do, you have to do is put effort into it. If you don't have any effort, if you don't put no effort into it, you don't. If you don't put effort in anything, you're not gonna have anything. And if you do, you're not gonna have it for a long time. Because even effort helps you maintain it, sustain it. You know, like effort takes everything, and if you want a peace of mind, that's just effort. Peace of mind does not. Oh, that's one thing does not fall in your lap. It's a peace of mind. Something, something, something that is so rare, and something that is priceless. You think priceless things don't fall in people's lap. Priceless things get, you know what I'm saying, you achieve that goal when you put effort and you work for it and you never give up. As long as you living, if you don't got it, and if you do got it, I always try to maintain it and keep it forever. Don't let nobody don't no don't ever let nobody shake your self worth and you know what I'm saying, make you question your equilibrium. Never, never. Cause that's the person. Trust me, that if you were a person like that, that's not a person that you should be with. Plan to check out and plan to exit. Cause that's not a person that's building with you. That's a person that's taking away from you. At this point blank. And you gotta, what I'm saying, and end of the day, and having a peace in the mind. The most important thing that you gotta do to have peace of mind, you gotta believe in yourself. You gotta believe in yourself. Because if you don't believe in yourself, how do you expect your dreams to come true? Riddle me that. Riddle me that. If you don't know who you are, how can you expect your dreams to come true? They can't. Because it starts with you. You gotta know what you want to do. You gotta know you know what I'm saying. You gotta know what you capable of, and so what you can do, what you want to do, and what you think you can do. All that start, you know what I'm saying. All that start with manifesting a dream in your head. You know what I'm saying. End of the day, don't let nobody tell you that your dreams can't come true. Because the people who tell you that your dreams can't come true is not the person that who's working on your dream. So make it make sense. So what? Somebody tell you that you can't do something. At the end of the day, if you fail, try again. And I tell this people all the time. Anything you really want to do, and this is with peace of mind, and this will help you with a peace of mind. This will help you with peace of mind. Anything you do in life, if you really want it, if you're really passionate about it, always reach for the moon. Because if you don't make it, at least you're among some stars. Point blank. Think about it. Shout out to the 20 listeners listening to the Real World J podcast show. Like I said, we're on YouTube. Y'all can subscribe us, like us. Just type in the Real World J podcast show. We're on all major platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, uh, iHeartRadio, um, Amazon. Um, just, you know, lock us in, lock us in. Download us, listen, watch us. You yeah, like a peace of mind is like I said. I tell you, a sign of peace of mind is priceless because like you can do so much things with a clear mind. Like for me, like I do this, I do like a cycle, so I can always make sure I break vicious cycles. So this is one of the things I do. Like I sit back from afar. Sometimes, cause I tell people all the time that what I'm saying, you gotta sit back from afar so you can see things clear. And what that means, it's like, man, you sit back and you sit back from clear because we, I pretty much everybody in America, we go through tunnel vision. We have tunnel vision. We have tunnel vision. That's what it is. So we got work, we got kids, we got friends, we got like a boyfriend, a husband, or whatever. Okay, like work, whatever, and it just come. But mind you, things go over you, things go beside you, things go under you because you're just looking straight forward. Because you got tunnel vision. You gonna That's how you miss things. So I do like probably like a 4 to 6 month cycle. Maybe I do like every 4 months, every 6 months. You know what I'm saying? Like I sit back from afar and I think it's clear. And like I sit back and I'm like, okay, what's working? Is this working? This not working. Okay, this is messed up. I need to take this out. Okay, this is kind of like making this one of the reasons why I am like wasting time and I could be doing more of this and that. Like you got to break down your own life because it's your life. Can't expect somebody to break down it for you. More likely, if you expect somebody to break your whole down life for you, they're gonna take their time or they're gonna be wrong. But you are you. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, ain't nobody built like you. You designed yourself. So, especially with that being said, you know, at the end of the day, it's just certain things that it's just certain things. We need help with all things, but it's just certain things that nobody can help you with. Is and nobody can help you with, and anybody can help you with but yourself. Like because like sometimes like literally you have to, you know, clean that closet. You know what I'm saying? Like you got to go to that place, that dark place, or you go to other place that you will make yourself feel bad or whatever the case may be. Like you gotta like instead of if you want to go to that place, at least clean that motherfucker out. So at least if you do gotta go to a place, at least it's a safe place. Real World Check Podcast. Let's go. But I really appreciate y'all for listening. You know what I'm saying? It's the Real World J podcast show. I love y'all. Like I said, y'all can subscribe us, like us on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Download us on all major platforms that have music or podcast. We are there. Just type in the Real World J podcast show. I love y'all. Like I said, wisdom is the app. I love this app. It's making sense to me, and we here. We here. Like I said, we're gonna be here 3 nights a week. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna do Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You know what I'm saying? The Real World J podcast show. So y'all lock that in. Y'all follow, y'all like on, you know what I'm saying, on Wisdom too. Also too. I love y'all. I'm out.